because you're always in a consistent state of meditation. Meditation just implies intensified focus into the object of attention or the subject of awareness, or insert whatever catastrophe your mind is imagining right now. Insert all the worst case scenarios of all the things that you may think could ever happen to the subject called I. And that's why you should feel anxiety. So that's why you should meditate. But if you get to see all together true and true, the unnecessary person that wants to meditate, and what if you become the awareness of what is it that wants to seek relief? What was it that wanted to meditate, to focus into something to avoid the discomfort? What if you allow the discomfort to exist with you? Then there's no need for meditation, but just a choice of what you want to place your awareness upon. And if you don't use videos that take you into different states of focus into something that they call meditation, for you to focus in their words in that moment, that may point you to something that will be a bit more like relief from the pain you're experiencing at the moment, why not enhancing your superpower, your will, your spiritual momentum into becoming aware of every single thought that crosses your mind, and then choosing the ones that you want to see manifested, crystallize. Because manifestation is to focus attention and your divine will, divine power into the reality that you want to see for it. You don't need to meditate for it, but if you become that, when you don't have interfering thoughts of the worst case scenarios or self-judgments or perceived illusions, or where you're not creating stories that are not there really, the moment you have the ability to strength, the courage that disappears, because when there's no fear, you don't need to be courageous. It's just a normality of you being that quality that you seek, you being that thing that you want to see manifested. Then you don't need meditation. You don't need to relax the mind, because chaos becomes pleasant, because you can coexist with the chaos knowing that thoughts are not yours. Thoughts are passing through the field, and then you catch some, you release them. They come, they go. You don't get stuck there. If you get stuck into a thought process, it becomes a reality, and then you insert characters and beings that play that story with you until you get out of the story. It's like the Truman Show. Everybody's like, okay, we're done with this game. Okay, thank you. Go back home or come back tomorrow and hire the same actors and the same play. But when you're done with the lesson, then you're done with that story. So in that same contraction where you're creating that reality with the lesson and the story, and then you're meditating in that reality to suit the state of discomfort of choosing that frame, why not just not meditate, just stay present, awake and alert when the lesson is going to be played out, and don't try to numb yourself out of it. That's just like drugging yourself, that's pacifying yourself. Meditation becomes kind of like a self-pleasure, like a masturbation that's no longer good. You're just like pleasuring your mind and pleasuring your mind instead of feeling the complete discomfort of the what is, and then poof, you're out of that reality. And then there's more spaciousness. And with that spaciousness, you get to focus more intensely. And then you can body scan, focus more intensely. What's the discomfort? What's the sensation? The sensation stops being a thought. That's in a really advanced stage of the awakening mystic, when the sensation is no longer a story. You cannot create the thought. First, it has to become as a form of a sensation. Then it's an energy that becomes a word. The word becomes a sentence. The sentence becomes a paragraph, and then it becomes a story. And when a lot of people agree, then the story becomes a movie, and then you're inserting into that horror film. But when you catch the sensation before it even becomes the energy, before even it becomes the first word, it stays in sensation. And then you can scan the sensation, deconstruct the sensation, and then you're never in the story, and you're awake. So you don't need to meditate, my friend.